Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and a coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on many different topics, primarily dealing with public speaking for your non-listening audience and also crisis communication, and paying attention to the words that you use so others hear your true message. You can find my presentations on my website. If your organization has an upcoming conference, you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll add my name to the list. You can find out more about me at my website, debsofield.com. I've got a number of books on the market: Speak Without Fear, Perfecting Your Platform, Encouragement for Your Life, Volume 1 through 3. Just go to Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, all my books will appear. Speak Without Fear and Perfecting Your Platform are also available on Audible for those of you who like to listen. I've got a great theme today, and it's one that I've wanted to say for quite some time, so today's the day. And friend, my title is this: Don't Hold On to Grudges. It's going to be a good show. I hope you'll stay with me. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. I know it's not a typical topic when someone says, hey, stop holding on to grudges. But friend, I see this so much. I just wanted to talk about it with you today. So I've been thinking about a few clients that I work with and have come to realize that there is one thing that seems to hold many of them back from being amazing rock star speakers. And that one thing is an old hurt from someone in their past who is now, frankly, irrelevant and who told them they were awful speakers and that they should learn to keep quiet. Now, I don't know what teacher or another adult said to that young person, but what they heard was, don't open your mouth again. And here we are years later, and the idea of speaking out loud to a small or large group causes them such anxiety that I find that I'm working with them on more than voice and diction and breathing exercises. Together, we are exercising anxieties from their past to bring healing here and now for their future. While many of my clients would tell me that they don't hold grudges, the fact is, they do, and I can hear it in their voice. Overwhelmingly, many still feel the hurt or embarrassment from something that happened long ago by someone who was an authority. It usually happened when they were young, so they survived, but they've nursed that pain quietly for years. Some have told themselves that it really didn't bother them, and yet they can tell me in amazing detail what happened to them, much too much for not caring. While some struggle to remember the precise incident, they still have a painful memory of something from their past that, even today, makes them break a sweat or choke up when it comes to being singled out to speak or lead. Grudges. We all hold them, and we hold them against others, some for good reason and some for reasons that are so old we've forgotten the details of what happened. That being said, the clients I'm working with just know and remember that it was hurtful or upsetting, so in their minds, it's best to keep the door shut as to what happened. I understand that hurt feelings are real and for many cause great pain, but I have to wonder when they will be able to cross that old injury off the list. You know the old saying, holding on to hurt or anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. As you well know, it doesn't happen that way, no matter how much you secretly hope it does. So in the here and now, as someone who is dealing with this old pain, what will you do to remove the stumbling block from your path? I know the easy words to the wise are, well, just forgive and forget. Let's just be honest, frankly, that isn't easy when feelings, emotions, and time have passed. And forgiving others who caused you pain seems like the easy way out for them, instead of holding that person accountable for their unkind, hurtful, and just plain mean actions. You're right, and you're wrong. I say you're right only to acknowledge that the pain was real, and nothing can take that away. And I would say that you're wrong because the idea of forgiveness isn't for them and their actions. Friend, it's for you and your sense of well-being and peace and success. Yes, success, because it's a vital part of this equation. In so many incidents, your success in business and relationships and life all depend on you being able to articulate your message. At this age and stage in your life, do you care about the other person who caused you pain? Maybe if you loved them at one time, but now they're most likely long gone, passed away. And so out of our current sphere or environment, then hanging on to them, well, my friend, it just doesn't make sense anymore. And deep down, you know it. And by the way, they've forgotten about you. So now what do? A few years ago, to help in my business, I thought it would be wise if I took a counseling course, since it seems I am more than a speech coach for some people. And in the course, they had something called a chair talk exercise. It was probably the most emotional thing that I saw in the class, probably because many class members had felt they were unjustly attacked or unkindly spoken to years ago, or even yesterday. And they didn't get their chance to fight back or point out where the other person was wrong. I'm sharing this because I saw how powerful and effective it was in helping heal the emotional hurt that began so long ago. And I'm hopeful that it will do the same for you or for those of you who may be struggling. So for some listening to this podcast who may need this, let's try this exercise. It's pretty simple, but it's hard. It's weird how that works. Imagine yourself sitting in a chair opposite of the speaker of ill will or the person who offended you. And then go ahead and bring up the incident. Replay it in your mind and then speak it back to the person in defense of yourself. That's been the sticking point all along, right? You never got to defend yourself. Say whatever it is you need to say. I mean, say it all. Lay it on the line, no holds barred, and get it out of your system. See, that's why you need to speak out loud, preferably where no one else can hear you giving them, as we say in the South, a what for talk. Now imagine them leaning back or sitting down and saying they're sorry and meaning it. They have no excuse for their actions. Silence now fills the space between you. Just go ahead and let it linger and then get up and leave. Now that you've heard their apology or excuse of why they did what they did, take it or leave it. But friend, you need to consider the issue is over, done, finished. Well, I know this is play acting. If you have the strength to do this exercise and let go of the hurt, you will, within time, come to realize that the damning words of others have hurt you more than they hurt them. And now that you've had your say, it's time to put the matter to rest. They were wrong. You were right. So now live like it and stop allowing random hurtful comments of your past to quiet your voice for the future. Is it about forgiveness? Yes, it is. Because you deserve more than you are allowing in your life by keeping your hidden door a secret. Friend, it's time to open the door, buy the handle, or kick it down, or use a shoulder push. Whatever it takes, knock it down. Now, the most imaginative image that will meet your senses once you adjust to the light is this. That room that you have locked away is empty. Empty. There's nothing there. Your anxieties all these years were built on a lie that you were told and you believed. See, when the truth of the matter comes to light, it's then you will see that it was nothing but wasted words by someone who is now irrelevant as a speed bump in your life and who does not have a hold on you anymore. See, the reason you don't hold on to grudges is that by hanging on to the burden of the problem, you make them relevant, when in fact they're not. What they are is irrelevant now. So it's imperative that you let it go and live as you were meant to live. As your coach and friend, I see that living out loud with a voice that will sound like and be recognized is if you will use the gift you've been given, you will be heard as a successful person. I know, tough love today. It is hard. I get it. I see it all the time. But what's interesting is when you peel away all the doors and you open the window and you push back the shade, there's nothing there. It was a ridiculous comment that had no meaning, yet you took hold of it and you are bearing the burden for life. And I, as your friend, want to unloose you from a burden you no longer need to carry. Because you have value and we need you to speak up and speak out to help others along their path. All right, this has been Deb Sofield's encouragement for your life. I hope you'll join me next week so we can continue this journey together as we work towards a better day. And friend, remember, I don't care what the world says about you. I want you to know that I care about you. And I care about you because I believe you can do big things. But friend, that's only going to happen when you let go of your old grudges that you're hanging on to people who don't matter. And even if they did matter, they don't matter to you anymore because you have now moved on to the bright light of an amazing day. All right, I'm going to stay with you. We're going to get you to the other side so you can live the life that you were born to live. And I hope you'll join me next week, same time, same place, for Deb Sofield's Encouragement for Your Life. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next week.